So yesterday, Lisa got a pet baby lamb. And she named it Pontus. And today we're going to be reading a chapter that's called Pontus Goes to School. So I'm hoping that this lamb didn't actually go to school, but I guess we're gonna have to find out. All right, chapter 10, Pontus Goes to School. Carl used to tease me and always say, but it'd be better to have a dog than a lamb. Olaf agreed with him, of course, because he has a dog himself. Naturally, it's better to have a dog, Olaf said. Why, may I ask? I said. Well, for one thing, you can take your dog with you wherever you go. All Pontus does is run around in the sheep pasture, Carl said. But a lamb is so much cuter, said Anna, to help me out. A lot of good that does you, Carl said, when he only runs around in the pasture. One morning after we had been talking about this the day before, I went as usual to the sheep pasture and called Pontus. When he came running, he looked so cute that I thought I wouldn't trade him in for 1,000 dogs. Oof, could you imagine having 1,000 dogs? Ooh. All right. I also thought it was a shame that he ran around the sheep pasture all the time with no one to see how cute he was. Then I thought about Skip. Looks like Zion raised his hand. Hi,
Zion. So my mom had 15 dogs when she was a kid.
Hi. Hi, Peyton. Can you see us, sweetie? Hi, is that Katie? Oh, I'm so happy to see you, sweetheart. We can't hear you though. We can't hear you. Oh, hi, honey. So sorry, Zion, what were you saying?
I was saying my mom had 15 dogs when she was a kid, I'm pretty sure.
What? That is cool and crazy. That's a lot of dogs.
I know.
I wonder why she had so many.
I don't know if it was 15 dogs or 15 cats.
Either way, that's a whole lot of animals.
And then I think she had one cat.
15 or 1?
She had one cat and 15 dogs, and she had 15 cats and only one dog.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Are you connecting the audio? Okay, well, I'm sure it'll work out. Let's see. I am going to lower your hands on and keep going. All right. Then I thought about Skip. Sometimes he follows Olaf to school. That's why Olaf says that dogs can go with you everywhere. And once, Miss Johnson let Skip come into the schoolroom and lie on the floor by Olaf's desk. But with poor Pontus, it was quite different. He had to stay in the sheep pasture all day. While he drank his milk, I thought about how unfair it was that dogs were allowed to go everywhere, but not lambs. By the time Pontus had finished his milk, I had decided to let him come with me to school. Oh my. It's always hard for me to get ready in time for school when I have to go out and feed Pontus first. And on The morning when I was going to take him to school with me, I was so far behind that all the other children stood waiting for me outside of Olaf's gate. Hurry up, Lisa, Britta called, or we'll be late. Then I turned around and said to the lamb, hurry up, Pontus, or we'll be late. Then I turned around and said to the lamb, oh, sorry, that's the same sentence. Never have I seen any children look as surprised as they did when they saw Pontus. Oh, I bet. Where is he going? Said Carl. To school, I said, and then perhaps we won't have to hear any more that only dogs can go places. Lisa, are you quite sure you're not feeling sick? Said Carl. Do Mommy and Daddy know about it? Said Bill. When Bill asked that, I got a little worried because it wasn't something that I had thought about. But Anna clapped her hands and laughed. Why shouldn't lambs be allowed to go to school as well as dogs? And all of a sudden, Carl started to smile and he said, let him come along. Miss Johnson will probably faint. You know what, you guys? If you guys brought a lamb to school, I would probably faint too. Let's be real. Okay? Yeah. So we trotted down the hills, all of us. Pontus too. Sometimes he stopped as if he wondered if this was really all right. But then I called Pontus, and he said, bah, very sensibly, and came along behind us. I always wondered how it is to baa in a sensible way, but it took us a little longer than usual to get to school, and we were late. The bell had already rung, and the other children had gone in. Pontus stumbled going up the school steps, so I had to help him a little. Perhaps he isn't mature enough for school yet, Carl said. When Carl first started to go to school several years ago, he couldn't sit still a minute. So Miss Johnson said that he wasn't mature enough for school yet and sent him home. She said that he could come back the next year, but first he had to play at home a little longer. Carl has never forgotten this. That's why he said it about Pontus. Britta knocked on the school door and we went in. I'm sorry we're late, said Britta. As soon as she said it, Olaf started to giggle as if someone were tickling him. My, but you seem happy today, Olaf, said Miss Johnson. Pontus stood in the back where no one could see him, but all of a sudden he said a little, oh no, it stuck his head between my leg and Carl's. All of the children jumped out of their seats. Miss Johnson did too, for that matter. What in the world? She said, you don't mean that you've brought a lamb to school? Lisa, Bill started, but then he was quiet because he was afraid that Miss Johnson would get mad at me. I was beginning to get a little scared myself. Because we're studying about domestic animals, I said, I thought perhaps, what did you think? Said Miss Johnson. That it would be a good thing for the class to see a real lamb, I said, but I really hadn't thought about it until just that minute. Miss Johnson started to laugh like everything, and all the children too, especially Olaf. He laughed until he almost choked. Then we took Pontus up to Miss Johnson's desk, and all the children were allowed to come and pet him. And this is a picture of Pontus at their school. That is pretty stinking cute. I don't recommend you guys do that though, okay? Yeah. All right. We read about sheep in our nature study book, and I told how I raised Pontus with a bottle. Everyone liked him so much, and we sang "Baa Baa Black Sheep" to him. I think Pontus himself was getting tired of all the noise and wanted to go back to the sheep pasture. I thought so too. But he was good and stayed very still beside my desk during the rest of the lesson. Oh, that's so cute. Well, sometimes he took a few small leaps and bawed. Every time he did, Olaf started to laugh so that all the other children had to laugh too. When the weather was warm and sunny, we always eat our sandwiches on the school steps during lunch hour. We did that day. As usual, I brought milk in a bottle, so I gave it to Pontus in a bowl I had borrowed from Miss Johnson. Anna gave me half of her milk so I wouldn't be without any. Oh, I love how these kiddos, even though they sometimes fight and argue and have competitions, they still really look out for each other. That's really sweet that she would share her milk. Afterward, Pontus ran around the schoolyard. Once he started nibbling a few of the carrots that were starting to sprout in Miss Johnson's vegetable garden, but I chased him away from there and told him that he would have to calm down until he got home. When school was over, we were going home. Carl said, tomorrow we're going to study about cattle. That'll be fun, and I'll bring the bull. Then Olaf laughed until he got the hiccups. But it might be a little crowded to have him next to my desk, Carl said. Miss Johnson had said that now we had brought enough live animals to school. It could be a help when you're studying about them, but it would be pretty confusing in the long run, she had said. Pontus got tired on the way home, so we took turns carrying him up all the hills. Then we all went to take him to the sheep pasture. Never have I seen a lamb jump as high as Pontus did when we let him go. He galloped over to the other sheep and baaed so you could hear him all over the pasture. It's quite clear that he isn't mature enough for school yet, Carl said. Pontus's little face. My, oh my. So, the next chapter is called Carl Captures Musk Oxen. I think I heard a little tap on my door. I'm just going to check it really quick. I'll be right back. That was weird. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't see anyone, so I'm sure it's fine. Okay. So next week, I will be coming here at 11 o'clock every day next week, okay? And reading a chapter from this book. Did I read the next chapter's title? I don't remember. It's Carl Captures Musk Oxen. That's kind of hard to say, musk oxen. Woo! I don't want to say that 5 times real fast. So that'll be on Monday. And I really hope, I hope that you guys will join us if you can. And if you can't, that's fine too. So today is a very special day. Today is Talon's birthday. And so I would love very much if everyone could take themselves off of mute and sing to Talon. And it's going to sound weird because it's going to cut out, you know, when everybody's singing, but
or it could like lag and then like it like
and then like 2 seconds later, P.
Yeah, it's gonna sound weird, but this is what we can do now. Since we can't celebrate in person, we're gonna get to do it this way. All right, Talon, I wish we were in school, we could celebrate this in person, but I'm so happy it's your birthday, buddy. All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Talon. Happy birthday to you. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6? Are you 7? Are you 8? Are you 9?
9.
Awesome!
Yeah.
Well, buddy, I hope you have a magical birthday, and I hope that there are some kids out there who get into that snow, because that snow looks fun. That snow looks fun.
My snow is like this big only. The snow in my backyard is
You gotta get on those snow pants, get on that snow gear, start making some forts, snowballs. No, I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
I do that way too much.
What's that?
I make snowballs and forts way too much.
Oh, wait, there's no such thing as way too much.
My biggest dog.
Oh,
Miss Dahlgren, I was looking next to my charger cable on my iPad, and it says like these like numbers, and then in like the middle it says cat. It says cat on it.
oh, cool.
Cat.se.
Wow. Oh, you guys, it's so nice to see so many people today. I hope that I get to see you guys on Monday if you're able. And I hope that you guys are getting a chance to write every day. And if you want to share your writing with me, I would really, really, really love to read it. Get that practicing in, and obviously reading and math too. But I know that sometimes people are a little less of a fan of the writing. So hopefully I can hear some works. Now, should we say bye?
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Wash your hands a ton and have some fun in some snow if you can. Bye. See you Monday, hopefully.